Okay. I'm now going live. Hello, welcome. So working on the dragon generator, won the poll. I mean, only 4 people voted, but they all voted for the same thing. So, pretty easy win there. Just a few minutes late because my audio thing broke. I use this banana thing to allow me to have, or at least I did, allowed it to have. It was like audio playing through my headphones and audio playing to my recording software separately, and allowed me to have multiple microphones and a lot of fine control. But it, for some reason, crashes, like just locks up and stops audio for a while, and it's really weird and confusing. So it just took me a few minutes to restart that. Anyway, onto the dragon generator. I think we'll start with going into Blender and making like a segment, because after the stream finished, I went and procedurally generated some dragons. Like actually got the thing to do what it's supposed to do. In that there are like segments of dragons, and each dragon sort of has so the dodecahedron, if I hide the just test generation, would be where the legs are, and then each of these segments would be an articulating piece. This is the head, this is the tail. And if I press page up, I just sort of cycle through the seed. And as I press spacebar, you'll see the legs sort of move. And if I hold shift, it just sort of goes through the seeds one frame at a time, incrementing the seed. And this is the 4-legged dragon. So the idea being that I'm using sort of procedural generation to pick where the legs go. This is the 1-legged dragon, and I was asking my girlfriend about it, and she reckons that it looks weird if the legs are past halfway. So only the sort of front third of the dragon can have the legs on a 1-legged dragon, and then there's 2-legged dragon, which is just sort of the same thing but inverted. So it generates basically in the first half 2 sets of legs, and then works one from the front and one from the back. Then there's a 3-legged dragon, which is the same thing but in thirds, and then obviously the 4-legged dragon does it in quarters. Not 100% sure. I'd need to write an actual test, but in theory, the legs shouldn't be able to touch each other. Like you shouldn't be able to, or at least not overlap. They might be able to touch each other, which will need some tweaking, because things like this might be okay, because you'll have the leg and then the foot sticking out a little bit. But the issue I see with this is that it might collide with that. So you might need at least 2 spaces, which will require some kind of code that when it puts legs in, it'll work out where. There's also a 0-legged dragon, but they will always look the same because their legs are in the same spot, which will require some like proceduralness to their shape. But just for now, the 0-legged dragon is like it'll always just be a solid line because there's no proceduralness to the shape, which I guess is what we're going to work on today, is doing some blendering and replacing these basic shapes just with more articulated dragon shapes. Then I was thinking, because I've already got it in the, so it compiled, but using Bevy rapier to either cast rays at the dragon and place abnormalities where the ray hits, or when I'm placing the dragon and like trying to rotate it, because they look better when they've got like curve to them. Just again, we'll just bring this example whenever. Like it also fits better on the build plate, but the idea being that I don't want them to collide, so to do that would basically be to spawn the segment, and then using rapier I can sort of tweak the rotation until rapier says there's a collision, and then since I can't just specify a minimum and a maximum if the pieces are going to be anyway procedurally generated. And so the idea would be is if I generate, say, like this segment here with this curve, I could then cast rays at it to generate the scales, and then have the position of the ray and whatnot determined by the seed, which will be the date of birth. And then what type of scale it generates would be determined from birthstone. So now you all get to see how terrible I am at Blender, and I mean, some of you watched the live streams before already know how terrible I am at Blender. So we probably want a cylinder. Probably want to say 100 vertices, not 10, 100. That should give us a nice round cylinder. We want to rotate it, which way? X, that way? I don't know which way's, I think that way's Bevy. No, around the Y. I'll rotate you 90 degrees. And then we want to go into edit mode. And we want to go everything below that line can go. Because if it's underneath the ground we don't want, like so, delete vertices. Oh, you missed one. Delete vertices. Let's just pop this back up. Did I do that right? No, I think I've gone too far on the other side. So it's that one. It's too much. Delete vertices. Okay. Do face. Then we want to be like. Okay, face that. No, Shift A. No. Control A. How do I unselect everything? There we go. Okay, and then we go face here. Alright. Pretty boring segment of dragon, but the idea is we need one side to have like a little torus sticking out, the other side to have a little torus going the other way. So Shift A, no, Shift A, not S. We want a torus. Major segments, we'll just go with like 100 again. Minor segments, maybe 25. Okay, radius, we want like 0.25 maybe. And then your minor would be like 0.1. So we're gonna grab you, move you forward. How far? 1. -1. Okay. Then we want to go grab you, move you up. Maybe 0.5. Okay. We want to go. Maybe wireframe. No. Gotta love doing your rendering. It's quite relaxing, actually. I just kind of wish I knew how a lot of like Blender stuff works underneath, because a lot of this functionality would be really cool, like the decimate functions. I want to have them somewhere in my code, but like everywhere I look, I can't find anywhere that tells me how they actually implemented it, and I really don't feel like finding the source code and digging into how Blender like does things. Like I don't want to have to go learn how Blender works from reading the source code. I just want like an algorithm for decimation. Anyway, let's shift, duplicate, grab, move it that way too. We want to rotate it around. So if I said, I think I want to select all of this, go Control, no, Control H. This is where you go look up the hotkeys and you go Blender set to origin, that'll work. Shift C. So we want to select all of this, Shift C. No, that's not the right one. Blender set cursor to. Okay. Has Blender changed its hotkeys? Because this is Shift C, which is clearly not the right command. Let's X, not Shift S. Shift S. And then we want to go selection to center, selection to cursor, cursor to grid, cursor to selection. Okay, so we do that, and then we go L. No, we go L, and then we go around cursor, rotate Z. Oh, we've accidentally selected one too many vertices. I wonder if that's offset our center at all. We'll recenter it. Shift S, center to selected. Okay, then we go L. Here, around the cursor, rotate around the Z 180. 180. Pop back inside. Okay, then we want to rotate it 90 degrees around there. Okay. Now we test our sizes. The issue is I believe I've now broken this as continuity as a torus. Maybe I should have left it as a torus. Because I don't think I can like scale it now. I guess I could always scale it around the origin point like that. Anyway, so now we tap out of edit mode and we go, hey, if I was to say Alt D, grab you. Okay, yeah, so the torus is too big, so we need to make you like 2.2. 2.3? Okay. So we need to make the torus smaller, but annoyingly in the dimension that we can't alter. Okay, well, we'll try that again by going... we'll just delete these. Alright, so what I need to do is be like shift torus, and what did we say? We said 125, so it needs to be even smaller on its major axes. I don't know if that's the right size for it on its major axes. Like we might want it to be a little bit smaller again, but maybe not. It just needs to hold it together. 0.07. That is too much. 0.2. And you need to be 0.05. Okay, so I don't want to control J them because I guess there's no way to go back to editing this as a torus, is there? Like the mesh itself can't be specified to be a shape. So once the shape's generated, that's it. All we could do is be like, we could alt duplicate you, grab you maybe over here. I mean, there's also, oh, we should undo that. We should grab you and go -2. Then rotate you. No, not from the cursor. Should rotate you 90 degrees. Okay. Then we want to make this into a collection, so we want to like alt duplicate. We want to duplicate linked. We then want to be like, how do I move the whole collection is the problem. We want to move you 2.3. Okay, undo, grab you, move you 2.25. The other thing is we can obviously also curve the this bit inward, which, you know, I think is how they do it on a lot of them, because it just gives you a bit more room in order to like build the link thicker and whatnot without compromising the shape of the dragon. Though I do wonder if you would have to like stick this one out so it goes in. I bet it would hide like this gap, since the connection happens sort of like here, so this bit sticks out, so there's still a gap, but it's sort of like a triangle rather than a, whoop, don't scale that. But I think just as a starting point, we can probably call that we'd also like just fuse the whoop, I don't know what happened there. Oh right, it's because we need to select like this one last, like so. So are you still individual? Yes, but you are now an actual shape that I could export and then load into Bevy. Why have you got multiple copies of things? What? You, go away. God damn it. Okay, I fused it into that. Let's undo. God damn it, Blender. Why are you like this? Okay, we want to go Shift D. Then Control J. Does that mean that you are now your own object? Yes. Okay. So then we can delete all this stuff. Alright, so that's that link. We're going to turn that off, and then I'm going to try my very best. We'll leave... Oh, we need to turn the set on. We need to say this torus, Shift D needs to be kept. We're going to move that down there, and then we turn off this set. Alright, so now you get to see me try and create a terrible dragon head, which is always fun. So I'm thinking we go Shift A, we go cube, grab the cube, move it forward so that the cube becomes the bit of the head. Let's go into edit mode. Right. 0. Oh, right. What height are you? -1. Really? That's interesting. That's just weird. It just doesn't feel like it's on the line at -1. It's definitely not. What do you mean you're at -1? Oh, because it's Y, not Z? No. Z. You're at -1. You're not at scaled at all. You're at Z0. Maybe that's what the problem is. Ah, it's because I've moved you, isn't it? Alright, let's put you at 0 and 0. And go here, and then go 0. Yeah, that's more like it. Alright, so we have the box. We probably want to say that you're at 2. Maybe not 2. 1.5? I mean, to me, already looking dragon heady enough. Then you want to be all like extrude this. We want to then, scale it. Oh, we're scaling around the cursor. That's not what we want. We want to go medium point. No, we want to go. Is it? No. Oh, God, stop just pressing buttons. We need to go these 4 points. We need to go scale, but we don't want to go along. It's the X. It's just Shift X. Okay. No, scale. Shift X. We then want to grab you and take you down to I want this to be at 0. This you want to scale them a little bit closer together, and a little bit further back. No, you want it to be the same height as this one. Yeah, okay. I don't think that's particularly dragon, but I need to scale along the Z direction. No, scale along the X. No. Probably want to undo. That scale seems right, but we want to get Control T, triangulate. So we probably want to go here, here, and here, and here, and be like subdivide, and then here and here, and scale them on that dimension. By T. Okay. Don't know why I'm putting so much effort into like a dragon's head that's not going to be the actual one. I just want it to be vaguely dragon shaped so that I can like go like, yes, this is going to work. Not the knife. Where's the slide tool? Sure, this is the slide tool. No, this is the edge tool, bevel tool. This is the slide tool. All I need you to do, I need these two to move. Why can I not move this vertex? I just want to move it up that edge. Do I have to select the edge? I mean, it's kind of what I'm going for. Except I then want to set, that's X. So you just take these two and set their X back to 1. Okay. It's somewhat working. Might need to give it some eyes. It just looks like a mouse now, and it's just a bit weird. Gotta give it some eyes. Alright, we'll give it some eyes. Yeah. I think I want to like procedurally give it eyes, because then you could give it specific eyes to the gemstone. So for the garnet, you'd give it dodecahedron eyes, but just for the sake of, again, like getting everything working, let's go with actually giving it dodecahedron eyes. Subdivisions. Okay, probably not a radius. Maybe like, yeah, maybe 2. So we're gonna grab that, we're gonna move it to like here, grab it, move it to like here. Wait, how did you end up with a dot in the middle? I don't want this. I'm gonna say like dissolve. Subdivide. No? Face. Okay. Right, so what we would need to do is rotate that to be perpendicular to the face. This is one of those places where I wish I knew how to use, like, because I'm sure there's got to be some kind of functionality that can be like, I want this plane to be lined up with that plane. Like, it just seems like something that would be so useful in this kind of program. Instead, I just end up like tweaking everything a million times. And this is why when you get good at Blender, you charge the big bucks. too far. Alrighty. I'm gonna go shift D. Yeah, no, those eyes are way too far up its head. What we need is like a, I think that's a knife tool. Is this the knife tool? This is the knife tool. I would like to cut from here to here. Thank you. Can I? Yeah, thank you. Then we're going to grab this and we want to go like, take it down ever so slightly. And that's where we want the eye. Oh, don't cut the eyes. No, bad. LL, grab. There we go. It looks so dumb. I love it. Where are you at? What is the direction we want to care about? Y. So let's put you at negative 0.33. And go to you and put you at 0.33. At least these eyes are the same distance apart now. Okay. And then I think finally we want to be like these faces, extrude them. Yes, if it's stupid and it doesn't work, it's not stupid, but I just wish I was good at art. It's one of those things because like I've always been really good at math and always not understood when people are like, oh, but you know, math's really hard, you know, like school and that. But I look at people that do art, I'm like, fuck, that's amazing that you can do that. And then I try and do art and it's all very math based, you know, lots of right angles. But like if I could do art, I could just be lazy. Not lazy, because that's what I'm saying. I know it's a lot of work to do art. It just feels like one of those things that it's like, it feels like being creative is easier to sell than being good at math. Because, you know, everyone understands how much effort goes into making a really nice picture. Whereas you do some fancy math and once it's done. And it's like, you never need to do that math again. But also, like, just to me, it's like coming up with some creative with math is so much harder than looking at someone else's work and being like, wow, so pretty. Which I guess is the whole point. Work is hard. Respect people that do good work. I also like round numbers too much. You know, make it 2.1. Okay. Fancy. I don't think it needs ears. I think we'll call it not needing ears. So for some reason, well, one, it's calling this a cube, which is hilarious. But we're going to go new collection. I'm going to move these two things into that new collection. We are then going to control. No, shift duplicate. Control J. Oh no, what is this? What have I done? I've added an animation, haven't I? Help. Oh no. How do I delete driver? Yes. How do I get rid of this thing? I've like animated a path into it somehow. Anyway, cube 1 here is going to go into the same set as this because it's an actual finished, and then we can turn this off. We probably want to turn both of these off anyway, but like, I also feel like it'd be more to my fans kind of thing, but I could probably 3D print this and sell it as merch, but only because it'd be really dumb. I mean, it's not going to look bad, like that's for sure. Like, I guess another thing I need to do is work on how you print this bit, because that's floating and that's a bridge and that's not allowed. I mean, I probably should have the one that I have actually printed to see how they do it. Oh, that's, I think, no, because that's printed to bottom. How do they print the bridge? They probably just give it some depth. Like, it probably prints like from here to here so that it's not a triangle. Well, like it is a triangle. So anyway, we'll make it like this for now, just because again it's a proof of concept. But what's left? We're going to first off, we're going to rotate, what I want to do is select this point here, because that is the furthest most point. It also intersects, which is incorrect, but anyway. No, I was supposed to click the furthest most point, which would be this point. Then we want to go Shift S, cursor at selected. Then we want to go around the cursor, rotate in the Z-axis 180 degrees. We then want to go U, and then move U, 2? Okay. Don't know why I'm flipping all this stuff. Just rotate. Maybe not around that point. We want to probably go U. U would be centered around not the cursor, the medium point. And we want to rotate U 180 degrees. There we go. And now we work on the tail. The tail is going to be dumb. No, we need to go Shift A, mesh, cone. What do we say? 100 vertices. End radius of 0. Start radius of 1. Yep, gonna be a pointy ass tail. Location, rotation. We want to rotate you in the Y direction, 90 degrees. Nope. Negative 90 degrees. Then we're just gonna move you to 0. And I guess we would move you to 0 as well. Yeah, it works. Then we want to go. Who is like one of these Tauruses, right? This Taurus. Nope, that's the wrong Taurus. It'd be this Taurus, but we would need to flip it to the position of that Taurus. So we're going to Shift, duplicate you, grab you, move you, grab, move you. What was it? 2. Okay, done. You become your own thing, please. No, you're not part of this collection, my dude. Alright, so with that, we go in here. We go... It's a lot of points. I think that's too much. Okay, delete vertices. Okay, then we go U to U to U, face. Then we go and face. And we go, it's a 0 segment dragon. Oh, isn't he adorable? It's so dumb. I love it. So I guess to do these segments, you wouldn't actually do a torus. You would do like a triangle up, then bridge across. Make like a little rectangle join, and then a bridge, then triangle back. I don't know why I was doing that with my hands when nobody can see my hands. Just guess that's how I am. Then we want to go like new collection. We want to go this, and then Shift, duplicate, Control J, and then put you in this collection. No, it's this collection. Okay. So with that, we have all the parts. So I guess we'll turn off all but the cone, and we'll go. Oh, we need legs as well. We'll leave legs for now because it's about my creative energy tapped out. Except I feel like I want to go grab this and move it to 2. So I guess move 1. No, -1 and -1. There we go. Just a slightly longer tail, Okay, so go here, go file, export. Wait, we need to go here. We go Control T. Still OBJ. Then we go here. We go What did I call it? It's called Dragon or something. Or did I not put it in YouTube? I think I didn't put it in YouTube. That's probably what it is. Rust stuff. Projects. Dragon generator. There it is. Assets. So this is tail. Tail.obj. Okay. Then we're going to do this. Right. We probably want to go. Wait, why are you all the way over here? Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. You should. We'll just correct that. You know, we'll work on that. So in reality, it would need to be. What we would need to do is turn this one on, and go, hey, you. Are you in? Yeah. Okay. So you were correct, but then we need to go this one. We need to go you. I'm going to grab you, and we're going to go. Your correct positioning is 1.25. That is your correct positioning, right? So we need to set this back to 0. Go edit you. No, not edit both of them. Edit you. All, and then go 1.25. No, too much. I didn't. Oh, I took 1.5. 1.25. There we go. All right. So that means that when we have you as the center point, everything else will be in the right spot when offset. So that's the head, and then the tail needs to be the same. So we need to go like tab, grab, then go like 1.25. Negative. Oh, not negative. Okay. You need to go 1.25. There we go. Okay. So then we're going to go turn them all off again. Get the tail. Wow. It's not going to work, is it? I think the tail needs to be the other way. If there's a segment and you're connecting to it, I think it needs to be like over here somewhere so that it would connect to the segment in front of it. So I think actually you were in the right spot. Like, see how it's connecting to the loop in front. So actually the tail would be in the right spot. It's only the head. No, the head needs to do the same, but the head needs to like overlap with the tail. So I guess if we set you back to 0. I'm really confusing myself as what's happening here. So that it can't be at 0. It needs to be at like -1. There. So now they all overlap so that, you know, when they are offset in the generator, they'll be in the right spots. This is more complicated than it needs to be. Okay. So we're going to go here. We're going to go File, Export, OBJ. Oh, actually, we need to... My horrible approach at letting OBJs be loaded, it doesn't work. Well, it does work, but it only works on triangulated meshes. So this would be tail. No, this is body. Body.obj. Export. Okay, turn you off, turn you on. Go ahead, go ahead. File, export, obj. This is head, export. Then we go here. We go A, T, tab. Okay, and then we go file, export obj, and this is tail. Export. All right, so we now have the parts we need. We can probably pop over to the Dragon game here. Go. When I say to you, I need to be like, let asset server equal world dot resource dot asset server dot clone. Can you clone me? I believe so, because it uses, and this is something I don't quite get about Bevy at the moment, is that the asset server is very much like the command struct. A lot of systems need it, and it is async. Like it does not need, you can just clone it. You could just use it. Like it doesn't need to be owned. So I don't know why it doesn't have a custom thing like commands does to get access to it. But anyway, instead of being like mesh.add, it's going to be asset server.load. So this is the head, so it'll be head dot png, no, obj. Okay. I think I need my wave mesh thing, which is, I think I'm the person, like out of everyone, I use my crate more than anyone else, which, yeah, is kind of expected. I did make it for my own use, but I also keep using it for not what it's intended for. I don't remember if I think I took out the default, so you have to actually specify, which is going to be annoying with this one. Body, and this will be tail.obj. In reality, I should probably just combine them all into one mesh, or one obj. Oh, right. So it needs to be like, yeah, it's not mesh add, it's asset server.load. So then we need to be like, maybe we should just get the obj mod. Yeah, that makes more sense. Is it Bevy obj equals, come on, tell me it's a real thing. Yeah. All right, and then we go here and we just be like, we'll probably higher up because I like to keep all my plugin stuff at the top. Add underscore plugin Bevy underscore obj. It's probably going to be called something like obj plugin, something like that. We'll see. Let's find out. Oh, come on, now you're indexing. I thought Rust Analyzer was on my side for once. I also think that the main reason that my Rust Analyzer takes forever compared to everyone else's, like last time I was on stream, they were saying that theirs didn't do it, is I think my virus scanner's attacking it, because I've noticed like my computer's been really shit for the last few weeks, and the primary cause seems to be that my virus scanner is using absolutely every available resource. So I tried to turn it off in the startup so that there's just no virus scanner, and it started anyway, but using less resources. Like, and what's worse is in this little panel here, they were like, oh, you can right click it and tell it not to turn on. Can't right click it. It doesn't work. It just literally nothing turns up. Plugin. OBG plugin. And so it's done my head in. And it adds the asset loader, the OBJ loader. And then how does the OBJ loader work? Yep, loads OBJs, load object, bytes, load object. Where's load object? Then it load obj from bytes. I wonder if it loads like the default mesh. Well, I probably should have checked that while I was in there. Load from bytes. Do you ever set the default? Okay. Insert attribute. Let is empty. Mesh. I'm assuming you load a single mesh then. Object. A vector of models, results, materials. Okay. What do you do with object? OBJ. For object.0. So you only load the first object for model in object.0, but that's a vector of models. What? How do you convert this? Load object buffer. Indices for model in for model in object. So it's for each model in the I guess it must combine them. Extend. Yeah, so it mushes everything into a single mesh. Okay. Well, I mean, outside of that not working. Well, this will be the ultimate test, primarily because it's probably going to look really dumb, and I'm going to absolutely love how dumb it is because there's a good chance that like the head's going to be backwards, and the tail will be backwards because it's Blender, which means that I've either got it the right way or I haven't got it the right way. After this time, it'll always be the right way because I'll have something to go off. But I also drew it facing the wrong way for how it renders in Bevy. So maybe I got it backwards and then got it correct. It appears that it's just rendered them all on top of each other, which is one of the things that I kind of expected. So that's Blender being Blender for you. Even though I've turned them off, they're still in the scene, so they still get rendered. So we would need to be like scene. We want to be like new scene? New scene. This is just going to be called like head. Alright, then we'd be like, we would like to scene view. I would like to go into here and be like, oh no, I want to be like duplicate linked error. Okay, so this scene, we want to go just into not scene view. Okay, we want to be like copy head paste. All right, then we only want the head, so we'll be like delete. Okay, and then we go here and we go like file, export obj, head, export. Then we go new, and this would be tail, paste, and then we get rid of all but the tail. And then we go file, export obj, tail. Okay, and then we go new, new. This would be body. And then we go, goodbye, and then we go file, export obj, body, and then dun, voila. Okay, so from there, if we go back to here and hit run again, because we simply overwrote everything. Did it work? Well, sort of. As I said that I suspected as much. Now, they're a little bit mushed together. But that's easy, that's just increase the offset of each segment. Each segment's exactly 1 meter, so it kind of makes sense. Well, it kind of looks like it's sniffing its own ass at the moment, which somewhat hilarious, but unintended. So all that means is I need to go to tail, be all like rotate 180 degrees. File, export obj. This should be tail, and then head. Same with you. Rotate 180 degrees, not 108 degrees. Export obj. Head. Export. All right. Let's close this. Reopen it. And since I didn't change anything, it shouldn't need to recompile. Da 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 da. Hey. Now, I feel like they're doubling up. Why do I feel like they're doubling up? Because you can't see where the legs are, and there should be one set of legs, which I think it's that point there. So let's just turn off the tests. If you didn't see it yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I was live streaming, that dodecahedron here, this one, completely generated by ChatGPT. I literally did nothing but copy the code, and I think I renamed, like I reformatted the code so that it would turn into a Bevy mesh, but I didn't change any of the values. It knows how to generate a dodecahedron, which I think is pretty impressive. Anyway, I think what we need to do, just by looking at the tail and the head, which somewhat not going to work, is we need to, I guess, increase the length, but I should also, I guess, add the ability to move the camera. So we'll do that first. We'll add the ability to move the camera just so that we can go up and down. So this is going to be renamed to rot cam, and then we're going to go fn move cam. This is going to need query mutable query to all transforms with cam data, just because that distinguishes my main camera. We need all our inputs, and const move speed f32, and it's going to equal like 10. I don't know what kind of speed we want this fucker to move at. I feel like it's going to be really slow, but I also don't want it to be able to get like ridiculously out of the range of the dragon. So what we could do is we go, wait, we need this to be mutable. So we go for cam in mute query, and then we go for key, no, just calculate the delta once. That mute delta equals vec3 0. Then we go for key in input dot get pressed. Then we're just gonna go down here and go like input dot if input dot pressed. Could probably do this internal to there up there, but we go like left shift. Yeah, now we'll do it up. No, because then it depends on order. Pressed underscore. Is it any? Or is it any pressed? I think it's any pressed, isn't it? And then we need to wrap this into an array, and then go key code right shift. And then we go delta times equals 2. There we go. I think this might need to be a reference then. No. This worked. Okay. Cannot. Oh, it needs to be a float. Yep. Right. Key code. Up. Up would be. Oh, no. Delta dot. So x is left and right. Z, and I think it's minus equals 1. And then we go key code. Left, which is definitely delta dot x minus equals 1. Oh, we're supposed to put it into a match statement. Match key. Okay. Then we go key code right, and then it's going to just be like delta.x plus equals 1. And then we go key code down, and that's going to be delta.z plus equals 1. Okay. And then anything else is just going to do nothing. All right, so what we're doing, this needs to be float, is if you're pressing the arrow keys, you'll move the camera instead. And if you're holding shift, you'll double the speed at which you move the camera. Then for each camera, we're going to say cam.translation plus equals delta, and then cam.translation equals cam.translation.clamp. You're going to be clamped between -30 and 30. Thank you. Also times by move speed times by, we need time. Time. Delta seconds. Thank you. Okay. So move the time argument to in this method. Oh, you went vec3. Okay. Right, that's easy. It's vec3 splat. And you'll vec3 splat. Okay, cool. You're not mutable. Mute. Okay. The only other thing really to do is to go into the rotation camera and say that okay. So arrow keys rotate. Probably should have done that the other way around. Anyway, we just need to add a system. Dot add underscore system move cam. Okay. Okay. So we move the camera. We rotate the camera. Now the final thing left to do is when we spawn our dragon. Make mesh. So let's see. Spawn dragon. Spawn test dragon. We need to make this times 2. Why times 2? Because the dragon's half the length. Like that's basically it. Rather than going into Blender and scaling everything down by half, I'm just gonna scale the dragon up by 2. Yeah. What is happening? Okay. What is your transform? Oh wait, we said that. And then I think we're clamping it, aren't we? Yeah, right. That's interesting, isn't it? Well, the issue is it's also always looking at 0, 0. So, Hmm. It's interesting, isn't it? How do I fix that? Well, first off, I should probably just get rid of the clamp, shouldn't I? Well, am I just saying it equals? Maybe that's half the problem. I just keep saying it equals delta. Move camera. Not rotate camera, move camera. I'm pretty sure I've just said it. No, it plus equals delta times move speed. Then I've clamped it. Camera transform. It's gotta be the clamp, right? Like, no, surely not, because 30 is much bigger than that. Camera to transform plus equals delta. But I'm not clamping it anymore. Oh, right. The rotation logic needs to be done on the okay, so we need to put the camera inside the player. So we need to be like player. Player. Okay. So just have F, and then we're gonna be like so we need to be like dot spawn spatial bundle default with and player, like so, and then dot with children p. Oh, yeah. And then we P. Alright, so that'll spawn the camera inside the player. Then we just go down to our move camera and we say with player. Right, so then that just basically translates it to move the player independently of the camera, which also means I can go back to clamping the position, because originally that would have broken with the camera, because as you got closer and closer to the edge, you would be squished, because the camera works by like calculating the trajectory, like the angle that it looks at, and puts the camera at that position and points it, which means that if you moved right to the edge of the map, it would then be squished depending on the timing. Anyway, I think I got that completely backwards, but anyway, we could just do this. Yeah, the keys are inverted. Well, that's easy to fix. We'll just come down to move and invert them back. Move camera. And we just go, actually, you're a plus. You're a plus. You're a minus. You're a minus. Cool. That should fix the weirdness that was that. And okay. And now we have weird dragons. Really dumb looking weird dragons. Don't worry, I will love you, dumb looking dragon. So dumb looking. So dumb looking. So that it kind of implies they must be 2 meters long. If there's like if I have to move them by 2 each time, that implies these blocks are 2 meters long. So the blocks are twice as long as they should be. It's easy to fix, just scale them down in Blender. I guess we got to work on legs next. Alright, well. Let's go back to, like, scene. Are these clones? You're cube 3, but you say you're cube 2, so I don't think they're clones. I think they're copies. Aren't they? What are you? You're cube 1, cube 2. Yeah, so it needs to be cube 1, cube 2, and cylinder 1. So, in body... Okay. This, my friend, is actually cylinder 1. This is cube 2, I believe. And the tail is actually cone 2? Yeah. Okay. So, with all that magic, we can now edit them in the main scene, and they'll be edited in the in their export scenes. Okay. So, I guess step 1 is to go, hey, you, scale, only on that direction, 0.5. That's 0.8, 0.5. So that makes them 1 meter long segments. And they are 1 meter tall. Okay. Then we need to be like, you need to come in 0.5. You also need to come in whoop, what did I do? Negative 0.5. Oh, not 5.5. 5.5. Alright, so with that, we have now shrank the centerpieces down to the correct size. They need to be slightly smaller because we don't actually want every segment of the dragon overlapping, if that you know, that makes sense. It's where I need someone that's got art, because what I'm thinking is I kind of like the idea of them just being flat segments. They obviously need to be scaled down a tiny bit more. So where are you at? You're at 0.5. So if I went, not you, L, and then scaled you by like 0.9. No, so I need the rings and loops. So in order for the ring needs to stick into the next segment. I guess that works. So scaling them by like 0.9 should make you like, yeah, 4.5. So same with you though, is we need to go, you need to come in like 0.05. Negative. Okay, and then same with you. Now, don't hide it. Grab it, move it that way, 0.05. Okay. So that just means that at a spacing of 1, they'll have like a small seam between them. The other thing is they need to indent enough that, because like at the moment, if I did duplicate this collection, if I went like Alt D, not this collection. What? Well, I mean, it is this collection. Yeah. Okay. So if I went, I just want this shape. I should probably name them correctly. If I said Alt D moved you this way 1 unit. So see how their loops are actually intersecting? That's why they need to curve in enough so that their loops won't intersect. So I guess we'll do that next. So that involves coming here and going like, well, first off, we need to select like all these faces, which is going to be fun Because what I really want to do is be like, can I like Alt L? No. How do I unselect all of these? We need to go like wireframe. Oh, other way. Alright. That's just a random dot. Okay. Then we want to go like delete faces. Okay. So Z. Okay. So first off, we need to work out how much we need to pull these back in so that they interlock with each other but don't stick too far into the other piece. So maybe if we grab them and we move them like 0.1. Okay, and then we would need to grab you and be like, you go back 0.1. Okay, so now they intersect. So that basically means I've moved them too much. Gotta stop doing that. Grab negative 0.5. Oh, 0.5. Right, and then we need to go to U and go grab U and go 0.05. How's that work? I mean, they look pretty good. If I said all of you, you're at 0.4, and all of you, you're at 0.4. Okay, so we have a nice shape. So what we need to do is probably go something like Shift S, center of selected, Shift Shift A, cube. Then we're gonna like scale you down 0, and like merge by distance. Yes, I did all that just to get a singular vertex. But it's a singular vertex that's slightly indented. Now, thing is if I said like, hey, between these three, it's only a tiny, tiny recession. So if I went like, oh, no, definitely don't want to select you. This is what we have to go back to wireframe. And that one, and we went face. And we'll be like triangulate. And then we would be all like, get rid of that. That, and go face, triangulate. What I would want is like a curve inward, not straight lines. But also straight lines would be better because if it's planned to be 3D printed, we don't want like a huge overhang, which is if you had like a radius here, it would eventually turn into quite a large overhang. Anyway, let's go back to our solid. All right. So, for one thing, why did that all move? Why have you moved? How have you got thicker? That is my question. How have you got thicker? You're still at 0.5. No, you're not at 0.5 anymore. Why? How did you move? I must have grabbed the whole thing at some point. X. Okay. First off, we want to like not. When did the whole thing move? That is my question. You are supposed to be at 0.4. No, negative. Negative. You're at 0. No, no. Negative 0.5. No. 0.5? Negative. Okay, negative 0.5. Okay. I must have moved the whole thing at some point. The issue is we need to not select that point when we do that. This point, not here. My then concern is that the center point of this is not actually centered. So we would want to put this at 0. So you would be at 5. No, see what I mean? Like it's not putting you at the center. Why are you not at the center? What the? I don't think I'm going to be able to undo far enough. I definitely cannot undo far enough. Which I guess is why I kept this. The fuck? When did you get so big as well? Alright, well, we're going to go like all of you, shift, duplicate. Alright. Turn all of these off. Turn these off. Turn that one back on. No, they're Tauruses? What the fuck? We need this one, this one, this one. Oh, did I just merge them? Oh, I kind of did. Okay, need all of you in your own little thing. Alright, first things first. Go in here, go scale, but only in this direction by 0.5. Okay. And then what do? We scaled by only in the x direction by 0.9. Okay, that puts you at 4.5. Okay, then each of you goes at 0.4. That's a height. 0.4. So you probably want to stay at 0.5 height. Then you go at negative 0.5. Nope, negative 0.4. Okay. Okay. So you're now a single segment white. Okay. What's next? Well, what do we do? We need to slightly arc you inward. So we need to go like this face needs to go. Then I need to go into here and be all like extrude you 0.5. Negative. Okay. And then we would want you to be at negative 0.45. No, negative. So it would be at like 0.4. Because that's where you're at, yeah? 0.4. Yeah, okay. So then we go and then we go all of these points, face, control T. And then we go all of these points, control, no, face, control T. We also probably want to replace this torus with just like a sequence of triangles, just because I think you gotta have a 45 base. It would just like be better because this wouldn't print very well. So you'd want like a 45, a straight, and then a 45. But we'll work on that in a minute. I gotta see if this would work. Alright, so we're gonna go on the other side, we're gonna go like face, select, delete, face. Then we're gonna go, so it was, gotta find the middle one, extrude it down 0.5, or I guess negative 0.5. Then we gotta go and set its position to negative 0.4. And then go all of these, face, Control T, all of these, face, Control T. Okay, then we go here, here, we go face. Okay, so now we have our torusy thing back. So first off, before I go converting them all into a single mesh again, I'm going to go Control Shift D. Oh, we're going to go out of this mode. Shift D, Control T. Okay. Okay, so this is the whole thing as a single mesh. Okay, so turn this other stuff off. Okay, we want to then go U. We're going to go like Alt D. I want to grab you and I want to move you exactly 1 unit over. Do you collide? You do. Well, one thing is we can definitely move those toruses a little itty bitty bit. Well, I guess what we can do is we can delete this one because we know that's not going to work. We want to go this one, this one. Okay. We want to get this torus and we want to go grab you and move you. What is that? It's like 0.5. No, 0.5 negative. I feel like that's going to be too close and they're going to touch again. That also means that this bit's basically touching, so we need to take that ever so slightly more in. Shouldn't be too hard because they're all, again, connected to a single vertex. So we need to go grab you and move you. Which way? Out. Okay. So 0.05. Okay. So we delete you. We go all of you. Shift D, Control J, grab, move, not 0, 1. Okay, so it touches there, so we need to move that slightly further back. And I guess it like almost touches there. Well, these need to be slightly redesigned because again, we also need to like do a triangle up to there and then bridge across. So we'll just go here. We'll just go, okay, this needs to come back. 3, 2. Then we need to go over here and go. This one needs to go to 0.3338, not 3238. Did I put you to 3? Yeah, 3 out. Okay. So again, delete this one. Get these 3. Shift D, Control J, move 1. How's that coming? They don't touch there. They technically don't touch there. A little bit close for comfort. But that should, in theory, allow for articulated dragons. How articulated? I don't know. I guess that would be a reason to push them further in, push the hoops more into each other. Because pushing the hoops more, so if I went like and again said like grab you and move you 0.25, no, 0.025, and same with you, of going grabbing you and moving you that way 0.025 negative. Moving them slightly more like that will mean that they'll collide more on the so we'd need to move that point in more, but would mean that like when they are printed they can come this far apart. And also it doesn't seem, oh no it will because you're going to be different now. Let's just shift D, grab 1. Right, so what do we need? Well, why don't we just undo that and go like Alt D, grab 1. What the fuck? 1. Okay. So that point needs to go a little bit further in. So we're going to edit you, and we go, you need to go, how much more? To not collide with that with any kind of clear margin, we need to go like 0.3. 0.03. So that should give plenty of room not to collide in there. Plenty of room to not collide in there. Hopefully not too steep of a slope to print. Okay. So I guess one thing to do now is delete all this, select this, Control Shift D, Control J, Control J. Right, we need to this one, and this one. Control J. Shift. I want to select this one. Control X. Go here. Control V. Nope. It's a bit the same. Go to this one. Control C. Go here. Control V. When did the body get so tall? Because I'm sure I only scaled it in that one direction. Apparently not. When did I oh, because I must have Oh, no. Z, solid. No, not that one. So if I said scale in the not X direction by 1.1. Now how tall will I you? It is 1 tall, isn't it? Yeah. Weird. Alright, let's export this. We don't need this collection. File, export, OBJ. This is body. Export. Then we want to come back into here, go down and say, don't offset by cube. Alright. Then when we say run, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Not F5. Okay. Each one's free and independent. Okay, outside of the heads being slightly too close, I guess. Oh, because we're only scaling by 1 and the head's still at a scale of 2. Yeah, we'll fix that. Same should be true of the tail. Yeah, it just needs to move slightly more. Primarily being that if I go back to like here, it needs to like not like this. What is where you're at like 1, and you need to be at like along the x at like 0.5. Negative 0.5. Yeah, I think that'll work. So again, file, export, obj, head, and then we're going to go tail, and we're going to do the same thing with the tail, A, and then, so you need to move, so if you're at negative, so negative 0.5, and then again, file, export, obj, and this is tail. Because I don't have change detection enabled, relaunch. Okay. Okay, well, for one thing, the tail's not going to work, is it? Because it doesn't have the curve in it. I don't know why I just used the good editor. Alright, so for one thing, the tail needs to be, the ring needs to be slightly pulled into the tail, and the tail needs the divot added. Okay. There's the tail. It's this one. So we need to go up here and go like these 3 need to be deleted. This is body. Oh, turn caps on. Body. Yay. I feel like you can go. Alright, and then you go here. And then okay. So cube, no, we need this one. Turn that one off. Turn this one on. Yep, okay. Same thing. I feel like you need to be like -5. Not -5. No, tab A, -0.5. Oh, you're an independent object. That's what's happening there. Okay. Both of you. Alright, you specifically. Wait, oh, because I'm in edit mode. You're at 0, 0. So what are you at? You're at 0.5. So when I move you, I need to, so you also need to be at 0. No, not at 0. Yes. Yep. Okay. Cool. So I need you to be like no, alt. Yeah. Okay. We need to go. You need to be at -5. All right. Then we need to go to the middle one. That's at a height of 1. We need to extrude you down 0.5 negative. Grab you, get you back to, what was it? Doesn't matter. It's -3.8. Okay. Then we click here. And we go delete. We go delete face. Then we go you, and we go you. I like how like a lot of my commentary just boils down to me making noises while I do things. It's like not at all entertaining. Okay. So for one thing, I feel like you're a little bit too far back. But if I turn you back on, that's interesting. Shouldn't you be further forward then? No, we need to turn body on. The cone apparently is a little bit too far forward. That's interesting. Okay. So right, for one thing, if the cone attaches to that end, shouldn't its loop be a different direction? Anyway, let's go. We need to turn into this mode. That's what's wrong. Alt and go grab you and put you at there. So what is there? That's like 0.45. Negative. Okay. So this needs to be at 2. Alright, so that puts you at the right spot. And then for you to line up with you, where is that? Ah, okay, negative 3.5. I forgot. No. Negative 0.35. Okay, now I feel like I need to grab this ring and move it to negative 0.35. No. Nope, so it must be 0.4. No, what the hell is your position? 375. That's a weird number. I think I also need to rotate you 90 degrees. Like so. Unless I flipped it around inside the... Wait, did I flip it? Tail. I did, I flipped the tail. Okay. Which means that we probably want to undo that. Okay, the tail's correct, it just needs to be pointing the other way. So we need to go like you, and we need to go rotate 180 degrees around the z-axis. Then we need to grab you and slide you to there. So what is that? 0.4. Negative 0.45. Nope. 35. Nope. 0.4. 4. Negative. No. 375. There we go. Okay. This is tail. If we turn, so this is the okay. So this collection can probably go. Okay. Well, delete these as well. Alright, so we have the tail. And now we just need to do the head. So again, we didn't turn the body on and move the head. No, 0.3. Okay. No, we need to grab you, move you to there, which is negative 0.55. Okay, and then we need to grab the ring and and go negative 0.37 375. No negative. There we go. Okay, then we need to go into edit mode on you. Select this face, go faces. We need to go you. No, I said you. The fuck? Subdivide. Extrude you down to 0.5. No, because you're too tall. To 0.5. And then we need to grab you and go, you need to go to whatever that point is. So it's apparently 0.8. 0.85? No, 0.9. Alright, then we want to go like you. Can we dissolve vertex? No, that will collapse that. We need to go dissolve. Dissolve edge. Okay. So, it is very dumb looking, but in theory, if I went something like this, tail, shift, okay. I need to go you and you, shift. Okay, oh, because you're in this mode. You and you, shift D, control J. Alright, what is this? Cone 5. Tail. Tail needs to be your mesh is cone 5, please. Wait, which one's the one with the tab attached is the question. That one. Cone. A Taurus 3? Okay. No, that's just the Taurus. Which means it must be this one. No, that is not at all what I had selected. What is going on? Weird. Export OBJ. This is tail. Then we want to go back to the scene. We want to go turn this one off. Oh, it's got to be the newest one. No, Taurus 3 is obviously just a Taurus. Shift D, Control J, Control C, head, Control V. What are you offset by? 5 negative. Okay, so C, grab you, move you back. To move you back to 0. Then I need to go in here, go A, go grab, move you all by that amount. Alright. File. Export OBJ. Head. Okay. And then scene. Says that just the right, this one needs to go. Okay, and then we go to the body and we go these three, Shift D, Control J. C body paste. Alright, then we go file, we go export obj body. Scene goes this one, it needs to go. Okay. Then we go back to Bevy and run, and I think I'm gonna call that the end of the stream. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me just show you the dragon before you go. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm actually going on holidays, so you might see a bunch of posts of me doing dumb shit in just like the community chat. Like, I'm not going to post any videos. I've got one scheduled to go up while I'm away. I'm working on another one that I might upload the audio because I don't think I'm going to get it done in time. So Patrons will get access to the audio while I'm away, and I'll finish the video when I get back. Or I might finish the video before I leave.